Progress.
Okay. Pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 11, and Wellfleet, Section 235, the ZBA will hold public hearings on April 23rd, 2026, starting at 7 p.m. Under Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025, this meeting will be conducted in person at the Adult Community Center, 715 Old Kings Highway, and as a courtesy via remote means per 940 MCR, Massachusetts MCR 29.10 and the town's remote participation policy via Zoom. These hearings, we're not. Our first case is 2606 Wellfleet Food Pantry Incorporated, 715 Old Kings Highway, map 23, parcel 606. Special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaws S 235-65.3 for a permitted use, 235-5.4 for maximum gross floor area in the National Seashore Park, 235-5.4 for a number of principal uses on site, and 235-6.3 for parking requirements to construct a new building on the Wellfleet town property to house the Wellfleet Food Pantry Incorporated. The board for this will be Mick, Trevor, Will, Jan, and myself. And you may begin.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair. Bruce Behrens for the Wellfleet Food Pantry, and with me is Cindy Batchelder for the board. And on Zoom, I believe, are Tim Santos from our engineering company and Kitty Ryan, our architect. It's actually a pleasure to be here tonight. Interestingly, it was actually 20 years ago in 2006 that I started working with Rex Peterson to put together all the plans for Wellfleet Preservation Hall. So to be here tonight, 20 years later, on a project that's so important to the town, it's certainly my pleasure. We have filed a very detailed application, which you have before you, and we are very simply seeking permission and a special permit for the board to exceed the maximum building coverage and to have more than one principal use on the lot. That is under 235, Section 5.4. Under Section 235, 6.3, we are seeking a special permit for 65 parking spaces, less than the required 74. As I think you know, we have met with all of the interested parties and stakeholders, including Mr. Post, Suzanne Grau-Thomas, and the National Park Service, and I've been informed by Jen that you have letters before you, which you will read into the record tonight, indicating support from all of those parties. I would simply remind the board tonight that the Wellfleet Food Pantry, as of 2025, serves 245 families in town, amounting to 440 individuals, and we are looking to create a really extraordinary campus on the grounds of the Adult Community Center to provide community services, not only including all the services already provided by the Adult Community Center, but to also provide the essential service provided by the Wellfleet Food Pantry. With that being said, as I indicated, we have filed a detailed application, and we remain open for questions from any members of the board, as well as from our engineer and our architect.
Okay. All right, we have 4 letters to read, but is there anyone in the room who would like to speak to this before I go to the letters? Good. Okay, I'm going to ask you to read Fish and Wildlife. It's little.
Okay, I have a letter from the Division of Fisheries and Wildlife dated March 17th regarding the Wellfleet Food Pantry. Dear applicant, thank you for submitting to the MESA project review checklist, site plans, and other required materials to the National Heritage and Endangered Species Program of the Mass Division of Fisheries and Wildlife for review pursuant to the Massachusetts Endangered Species Act and its implementing regulations. Based on a review of the information that was provided and the information that is currently contained in our database, the division has determined that this project, as currently proposed, will not result in a prohibited take of state-listed rare species. This determination is a final decision of the Division of Fisheries and Wildlife pursuant to 321 CMR 1018. Any changes to the proposed project or any additional work beyond that shown on the site plans may require an additional filing This project may be subject to further review if no physical work is commenced within 5 years. Please note that this determination addresses only the matter of the state-listed species and their habitats, blah, blah, blah.
Thank you. Okay, and this one is from the Wellfleet Town Administrator, Thomas Garino. As per the unanimous vote of the Wellfleet Select Board on Tuesday, January 6, 2026, I'm writing to acknowledge the full support for the Wellfleet Food Pantry and their project with the town of Wellfleet. The town fully supports the efforts of the Wellfleet Food Pantry to locate operations to a parcel of land located at 715 Old Kings Highway, Wellfleet, Mass., and identified on Assessor's Map 23, Parcel 606. Approval of this action was also confirmed by a town meeting vote on October 21st, 2024 via Article 16. The Town Administrator's Office, in conjunction with the Select Board, remains fully committed to this project. Further, the town continues to work toward finalizing a 99-year lease agreement with the Wellfleet Food Pantry as stated in the request for proposal documentation. We look forward to working with the Food Pantry on this important project. Feel free to contact me with any comments or questions you may have. The next one is from the Seashore, from Leslie Reynolds. We don't object to the special permits, and we believe your ask is of such value to the town and community that you should not have issues at the meeting. We don't have time to write a letter today, and usually don't if we don't think it will be controversial. Let me know how it goes.
They are very busy.
Yes. And finally,
This is another email directed to Susan Thomas, I guess.
it's from Suzanne Thomas.
Oh, it's from Suzanne
From
Thomas.
Suzanne
Yes, I
Thomas,
see.
yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yep.
Um,
I
Tom,
think
who's
it's
it to? Who's
I
Tom?
don't know who it's directed to.
Tom Garino.
Probably Garino.
Tom Garino. Okay.
Maria Burks advised me that the additional 9 parking spaces as required by the zoning regulations would require a big financial outlay and asked for my opinion. I told her that I don't anticipate that the absence of those spaces will create parking problems. Our programs seldom fill the entire lot, and the food pantry use patterns have frequent turnovers, so I believe that we can coexist. If I am proven wrong, the food pantry will need to underwrite the cost of creating them.
Thank you.
The only thing I would add is that we are in final negotiations with the Select Board on the ground lease. The only other ground lease in the town that I'm aware of is in fact the ground lease for Wellfleet Preservation Hall.
Yep.
And I expect that this ground lease will be very similar to the ground lease that we negotiated for the hall.
Okay, good. All right, I will go to the board then. What?
David Mead Fox has his hand up. Do you want to take comments?
Um,
Not yet.
Who is it?
David Mead Fox, he's online.
Sure.
There, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, hi. I just want to make a quick comment and word of support for this. I have to say something we all know. The Food Pantry is an incredible organization for Wellfleet and the entire Outer Cape. It's a real jewel. It's just an amazing, amazing organization, wonderfully run, does really, really important work. And I'm not an expert on the fine points of the Zoning Board of Appeals, but I just wanted to raise my voice and say I really support you providing them with the variances that they've requested. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Now we'll go to the board. Al?
Very worthy cause, no questions.
Thank
Jan?
you.
I don't have any questions. I have I have one question for Attorney Beers through you.
Okay.
Some comments. Comments now or just questions?
Comments are fine.
Okay, so you asked us for 5 different items. So I just wanted to give you my opinion on those. One is that under 235 5.3D, public and semi-public institutions of historic, philanthropic, or charitable nature are permitted by right in all zoning districts. So you're permitted by right, as far as I can
Correct.
tell, to do this. So we're good with that. As far as National Seashore gross floor area, honestly, I don't think it applies to you. It was never written for municipal or institutional uses. It was written for residential uses. So I don't think it's applicable to you.
Well, it may not be, but that's one of the reasons that we did indicate that it was, in the event that the issue came up, we thought it was appropriate to address the issue. But you are right. And I think that's one of the things that was not in Leslie Randall's letter, was that it really does only apply to residential structures.
Right.
But we felt it was appropriate to address the issue anyway.
And I just wanted to bring that up and tell you that's how I felt about it.
Thank you.
In terms, well, 2 uses on 1 lot, again, I'm not sure, does that apply to municipal and government lots? This is a municipal lot. Does the town have the right to do whatever they want on a municipal lot? I don't know the answer because the bylaws are silent on that. The only thing that's exempted is, in writing, is the sign bylaw for municipal or government uses, but I don't know that it applies to
Again,
a
we thought it
municipal
was
lot.
something that was appropriate to address,
Yep.
regardless of whether or not it's applicable.
So
But we
that's how I
thought it was
feel about
appropriate.
that.
In essence, we tried to be as detailed as possible and cover all
Yeah.
bases.
And about parking, you're providing more than enough parking for your use. The town didn't provide enough for this. That's- And I would also say, when you figured out how much you would need, I'm not sure that applies to you either, because I think you use non-residential uses, and that says, in all other cases of non-residential uses in a residential area. Well, this isn't a residential area. So I don't think that applies to you either. I think other uses on the next page applies to you. So I'm okay with all that.
Thank you.
Will?
No, I'm perfectly fine with the whole proposal.
Trevor?
Yeah, I agree with my fellow board members so far.
Nick?
Yeah, I agree, and it's so nice to see so many people come out and support this. Normally, it's an empty room for us. But,
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, really. And I understand why Attorney Behrens wants to cross the Ts and dot the Is, so there's no problems down the road. But you really could have done this without a special permit, but we're here and we're going to give you one.
But then we wouldn't have had the opportunity to appear before you.
Right.
And bring all your friends.
Bring all your friends.
You can come back anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine. This is a great worthy
Andy?
cause.
I have no questions. I'm in favor of this.
Yeah, I don't have any questions either. I did, though, do the math on the parking. You need to provide 20 spaces, you're providing 18. You're fine.
No, it's the other way. They
Yeah.
need 18. they're
They need
providing
18,
20.
no, they're providing 20. You don't need, the fact that the senior center doesn't have as much parking as the formula says is not your problem.
You can give
One,
2.
one thing
You
about
can
trial
give them 2
lawyers,
places.
one thing about trial lawyers, we're really good in the courtroom, we're not really good at math. So if I made a mistake, I apologize.
It's quite all right. It's fine. I just started looking at it thinking, wait a minute, they don't need to add all those spaces. So I'm good with that. I need a motion to go to findings.
I'm so moved.
Second?
Second.
Nick, it was Will and Mick. All right. Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Madam Chair, we're not granting any special permits though, right? Because they don't need it.
We're going to do findings and just answer every one they raised, and then Bruce will have it in his file. No, they don't really need any special permits, but all these nice people came out, so we're going to give them a piece of paper and stamp plans, and went to the
think you
trouble of
slapped my
writing these,
wrist.
so we're going to do them. Thank you. We had this argument with the building inspector, and he said, I said, why are they coming? And he said, they want to dot every I and cross every T, so.
Justin
Far
said
be it,
Bruce, that's why
far
they're
be
here.
it from us to punish thoroughness. So now you get to listen to the findings.
Thank you very much.
All right,
We
wait a minute, you
appreciate
don't
it.
have to leave yet. You have to listen to the findings and get stamped.
And thank you for supporting the pantry, we
Sure.
appreciate it.
Special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw S 235-65.3 for permitted use, 235-5.4 for maximum gross floor area in the National Seashore Park, 235-5.4 for number of principal uses on the site, and 235-6.3 for parking requirements to construct a new building on Wellfleet town property to house the Wellfleet Food Pantry Incorporated. The lot is in the National Seashore Park District. The lot currently houses the Adult Community Center, a building of 7,973 square feet, a children's playground, the Wellfleet Community Garden, and a shed 12 by 16 feet. The Wellfleet Food Pantry has been awarded a long-term lease of land at the site by the Select Board. The use of the food as a food pantry is permitted by right in the district. The existing nonconformity is National Seashore Park gross floor area, 7,970 square feet, where 3,600 square feet is allowed. The construction of the new building will increase the intensity of use on the lot by adding 2,000 square feet plus 496 square feet of roofed porch area to the site adjacent to the existing building for a total of 10,496 square feet of building on the site, which would exceed the maximum building coverage. The proposal would increase intensity of use by adding a second principal use to the lot. Per Section 235-6.3, the total number of parking spaces required for the ACC building is 55. The existing site has 45 spaces, of which 4 are handicap spaces. The Wellfleet Food Pantry requires an additional 18 spaces and proposes to add 20 spaces. The total number of spaces will be 65, which is 9 spaces below the required 74 total. The use conforms with the objectives of the National Seashore Park District as stated in Wellfleet Zoning Bylaw 3.2, is allowed by right in the district, and is an extension of the current municipal use. There were 3 letters in support of the project. There was 1 appearance in support of the project. The roads, drainage, and other public services are adequate for the project. There was no objection from the abutters. The board has found pursuant to Wellfleet Zoning Bylaw 235-8.4B1, nearby land uses will not be damaged by the proposed use, which adds only minimally to the current use of the site. No uses of the site will be preempted by this use. Roads, drainage, and other public services are adequate. The site is not more sensitive than others to possible environmental damage. The Division of Fish and Wildlife has determined that this project, as currently proposed, will not result in a prohibited taking of state-listed rare species. The board has found pursuant to Wellfleet Zoning Bylaw 235.8.4B2, the proposal contributes to the diversity of services available locally. There are no seasonal consequences. Services provided locally and year-round. There is no effect on employment or housing. The board has found pursuant to Wellfleet Zoning Bylaws 235-8.4B3, there are no scenic views at this location. The board has found pursuant to Wellfleet Zoning Bylaws 235-6.24C, the new building has been sited to minimize any additional vegetation removal. The location is not near any bodies of water, steep slopes, floodplains, hilltops, dunes, coastal banks, scenic views, or wetlands. The proposal affects only a small part of the existing site, leaving over 4.5 acres of the site in its natural wooded state. Water management infrastructure will be constructed to protect and maintain groundwater. Lighting will be compliant with the general bylaws of the town of Wellfleet. The Cape Cod National Seashore 50% use guideline is not applicable to the project as it is not a single-family residence and was not in existence prior to September 1st, 1959. The proposal will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing use, and the applicant has demonstrated that the benefits of the proposal will outweigh any adverse effects on the town and the vicinity after considering the district objectives for the National Seashore Park District as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaws regarding alteration of non-conforming structures and lots and for granting of the National Seashore Park special permit.
I move to accept the findings as written.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And then I need a motion to grant the special permit. Well, no, we don't have to grant, well, just
I'll
grant
make
it.
a motion to grant it.
Grant it.
Special permit, so
You're not
Bruce
giving
has
them a
it in his
special
file.
I'm giving them lots of things. Yes, I am giving them a special.
Okay.
Oh, there. They wanted the special permit, they're
We
getting it.
need a second.
We need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 There.
For the record,
No,
Bruce just
Dan
smiled.
has,
You always smile.
no, I don't need it.
We're not stamping this?
We're stamping these, which are much nicer, and I didn't lose them.
Okay.
You need one of those, and then you can,
I think we have just one.
no, you
yeah.
need one stamped.
Yeah, definitely.
You need one of those that's stamped. Yeah, and then we're done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Mick.
Thanks, Bruce.
Wait, I have to date it. Finish.
Crossing the T's and that you got it, my friend.
Told you you didn't need a beer. so you won't be up late.
All right, folks, you got 10 minutes to Jeopardy.
See ya.
You won't be up here late. I hope somebody's staying.
What?
I said, I hope somebody's staying. Did you
No,
stamp
nobody.
the others?
All right.
I gotta stamp them all. Jan needs 2 of them.
Whereas here, you have a ruling. Someone has 30 days to appeal.
Okay,
If they don't appeal,
Okay.
gone. So there is a reason why you should. Although this is this is not one.
Okay, I thought you were.
No, you're totally right there. No, but as a rule. But no, in this case, you're 100% correct. Oh, no, you're right. Absolutely.
You know what? Could we ask them to take those chairs and put them away?
No kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, since we have other hearings, can you move on out so we can give these other people?
Out.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you meet in the hallway so we can hear the other cases?
We'll reverse our decision.
We'll reverse our decision. Yes, exactly. 2607. Stephen Adler and Kenneth G. Adler, 95 Ione Road, map 28, parcel 76, special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaws 235-5.5B for relief from minimum yard requirements to extend the second-level roof deck, rebuild existing bulkhead entrance with roof covering, and add egress window in the basement room. The board for this is going to be Al, Jan, Will, Trevor, and Andy. There you go. You're on.
Thank you very much. Jennifer, I believe that the owners, Steve and Ken Adler, would like to join as participants, as well as Jay Walter. He's
Thank you.
So, should I begin? Thank you for hearing our application. My name is Lisa Monahan. I'm an architect with Intasys Architects. We're out of Newton, and we do work on the Cape. I've been a part-time resident of Wellfleet for 30-something years. And I'm here on behalf of our clients, Steve and Ken Adler at 95 Ione Road. Their family has owned this property for 40-something years. It's a modest cape built in 1967, and the clients are proposing to make modest improvements to it. And the zoning relief we're seeking is for the Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-5.5B, minimum yard requirements. The property, the building currently is a non-conforming pre-existing use. It is built into the side yard setbacks on both sides of the property, and we're seeking to make improvements that will further increase that nonconformity. We're looking to make 3 improvements. One is to extend an existing roof deck, which was in disrepair and needs to be rebuilt, and we're looking to make it a little bit wider. It's a very long and narrow roof deck, so we're seeking permission to extend it by 2 feet. On one side, there will be nothing that touches the ground, so it's an overhang of 2 feet. And the second thing that we're looking to do is to rebuild an existing bulkhead entryway. There are actually on the site 2 staircases into the basement, and they're both substandard in width. They're just about 24 inches wide, and it's hard to carry chairs and bikes down there. And so we're looking to remove the front one, closest to the street and restore that land area, and then build a new staircase with a covering and a catch basin about 3 feet wide, so it's just more standard. And occasionally, the existing situation floods because there's an inadequate catch basin, so we want to put this shed roof over so that the water is diverted, and then put an adequate catch basin, excuse me. And then lastly, there's an existing basement bedroom that just has a small basement window, and we're seeking permission to add an egress well, which will ever so slightly go into the side yard setback, but just to make that a safer condition. The Adlers are extremely friendly with all of their neighbors. They've spoken with all of the direct abutters and have only received positive comments. I believe there was one neighbor who sent a letter in support of the project. And I believe that's our case. So we're seeking permission to.
And yes, we do have one letter, and is there anyone else here who wants to speak to this? Anyone on the Zoom? John? No, okay. We'll read the one letter.
There is a hand raised.
Oh, okay, let's let them go first then.
Okay.
And you can unmute.
Okay, now can you hear me? Oh, all I was saying was, I'm the person that sent the letter in, and I'm happy to read it, but you're welcome to read it. I just wanted you to know I was here in support of the Adler's request.
You want her to read it?
Oh, she's here.
You can read it.
Might as well read your own letter.
Read your own letter, yes.
Okay, I kind of not great at reading, but here we go.
Okay.
Dear members of the Wellfleet Zoning Board of Appeals, I am writing to support the request of the Adler family at 95 Iron Road for relief from minimum yard requirements to accommodate their specific home renovations. I have known the family since I bought my house in that neighborhood in 1996. They're the kind of family any neighbor would be lucky to have. Besides being kind and considerate people, they're extremely good, wealthy property owners. They take good care of their property. The few renovations they have done in the past have been tasteful and environmentally sensitive. On a personal note, the proposed renovations are in their backyard and will be visible from my front yard. In no way will any of these changes affect my enjoyment of my own property. And most important to me, they will have no impact on local wetland or vernal pools, which are located across and down the street. Please find favorably for Stephen and Kenneth Adler's request. Thank you for your attention to this matter and to the general work you do. Sincerely, Ann Beckert. I'm at 175 Indian Neck Road.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay.
I'm muting again.
Nicely done. Okay. All right, I'm going to start on the other end. Mick, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Andy?
Just about the egress window, it seems like it's just going to be the same size as the old window, is that?
I'm sorry,
The
the,
egress window?
well, right now, there is no egress window.
Okay.
There is just a small basement awning window. So for a proper egress window, you need a larger,
No, I understand that.
okay.
So,
I guess I'm confused by your plans. Okay, I'm looking at it says remove existing window and cut in new opening, same width.
Same. Yeah, it needs to be lower, and so on the site plan, you can see that there's no existing egress well, and
Okay,
we're looking to build one.
that was the only thing I was confused about. I have no other questions.
Okay.
yeah, so it comes out into the side setback,
Yes.
slightly. Yeah.
Yes.
The only question I have is this in the floodplain? And do you need a floodplain exemption?
Yes, we went to, we went before the Concom board last Wednesday night and received approval
Yep.
for this project.
Right.
And, you know, will abide by the
Yep.
regulations set forth by that.
Conditions.
All right. So I think we need to grant them a floodplain exemption, but.
Yeah, a floodplain exemption would be separate from CONSCOM.
Yeah.
Um,
Can we?
Can we just add it to this? mean,
I
it's so
can add it to the findings, but.
de minimis
it's-
that-
Yeah, it
Do
is
they
de
need
minimis.
it? I mean,
But they didn't ask for it.
Justin is, well, I don't know, the building commissioner, according to the bylaw, is the floodplain administrator.
I know.
So did he,
I would argue that it's not even necessary. It's a deck on the second floor, and it's a.
Yeah, I would
it's a-
agree with
it's a-
Okay.
a window well.
Good.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not,
Yeah.
we're not really adding any volume at all.
Okay, right.
We've met with Justin Post
Yeah.
several
So
times about the
if
project.
Justin didn't flag it, then
didn't
I
say
say
anything
we,
about
Okay,
you
then we
needing
don't
a
need to worry about
floodplain
it. Okay.
exemption?
Other questions?
I don't have any other
He,
questions.
Okay,
he did
Will?
not,
No,
but
I have no questions, just a comment. I will certainly approve this so you can replace those steps into the basement. If that were my house, I'd be dead by now.
I know.
They may be
It's a
younger.
hazard. Thank you.
Jan,
No, I'm good.
and Al.
These are very modest changes. I have no questions.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, all right. I need a motion to go to
I
findings.
move that we go to findings.
I'll second.
All right, here's what I have. Courtesy of Will.
Do we all need to
26.
say aye?
Aye.
Oh, that's right.
Aye.
I keep forgetting to vote on them tonight. Thank you. 2607, Stephen J. Adler et al., trustees, 95 Ione Road, map 28, parcel 76, request for a special permit. The applicants propose to add a second-level roof deck onto the northwesterly side of the house and to rebuild the existing bulkhead entrance on the northeasterly side of the house. The rebuilding of the bulkhead would entail the widening of the staircase to the basement, the addition of the roof over the bulkhead entrance, and the installation of an egress window in the basement wall. The proposed changes are hereafter referred to as proposed alterations. The applicant's property is a pre-existing non-conforming lot in terms of side and front setbacks, all as shown on the plan entitled Site Plan Existing dated February 2nd, 2026. The proposed further intrusions into the front and side setbacks are minor and are as shown on the site plan proposed dated February 19th, 2026. The building lot coverage would increase from 9.6% to 10.2%. There was one letter in support of the application. There were no appearances or correspondence in opposition to the application. There were no objections from abutters. The board finds that the proposed alterations are not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming structure. The applicable provision for this application under the Town of Wellfleet zoning bylaws is Section 8.4.2. The board finds that the proposed alterations are suitable in that they are compatible with nearby land uses which would not be damaged by the proposed alterations. B, the board defines that the road's drainage and other public utilities would not be affected by the proposed alterations. C, the board finds that the proposed alterations will not contribute to environmental damage. Section 8.4.2.2 is not applicable. Section 8.4.2.3, the board finds that the proposed alterations will not adversely affect scenic views from public ways or neighboring properties. Motion to accept the findings.
Move to accept findings.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor? Al?
Aye.
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And then we need a motion to grant the permit based on findings.
So,
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Madam Chair, one of the owners has his hand up. Do you want to recognize him?
He doesn't need to
Well,
now.
he doesn't need to.
I mean, while I'm
just-
stamping,
It can only go from reverse from here, you know.
I just wanted to thank people, that's all. I just wanted to thank Lisa and Jay for representing us.
Oh,
And I
okay.
also, and I really wanted to thank Ann for her letter. And lastly, I just really appreciate the work you do as a board, and thank you all for the support.
Thank you.
thank you.
Good luck.
Yes, good
Thank
luck.
you so much.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay, I think we need to stamp site plan,
The proposed site plan,
proposed site plan, and maybe
proposed elevations?
proposed elevations, yeah. So that's,
You need copy?
yeah. Yeah, I don't think the rest of
I've
this
got
really
copies.
affects much, right? These are existing. This is the proposed one, right?
Plans, I don't.
The elevations. Okay, there's these two. 1, 2, I need one more set. I just need site plan proposed and proposed elevations.
Somebody help me get this off.
Mhm.
Just didn't pull it.
There you go, Andy, thank you.
Just one set?
No, you need to stamp 3 sets.
Yeah, okay.
And then she gets one.
Right.
Here's the site.
There's the site plan, and here's the proposed. Okay, we got 3 of them, I think. Now, yep, okay, good.
All right, these things, I'm sorry. Okay.
I actually should have a,
Okay.
good job, Andy. All right.
That was impressive. Would you just pull them off? Tore it to bits. Just push them, not gonna push
You get this one.
it down.
Sure.
This evening. Here, next, Billingsgate.
I've changed the date. I have not done it tonight, but all day long I've been changing the date. So,
Third.
we're doing better than I expected. We'll see. Remains to be seen. Okay.
Moving right along.
Moving right along, yeah, all right. All right, we're on up to 2608, John and Valerie Kratzky, 105 Billingsgate Road, map 28, parcel 194, special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaws, S 235-6.1E, to build a second-floor addition to an existing one-story garage. So the board for this will be, Mick, you want, still here, Mick, and Andy, and Jan, and Will, and Trevor. Okay.
Okay, good evening, board members. Bob Reedy, engineer with J.M. O'Reilly and Associates, here representing John and Valerie Kratky, who are the owners of 105 Billingsgate Road. John and Valerie, I believe, are on the Zoom if you have any questions specifically for them. We're here requesting a special permit from Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-6.1.E. This is for a proposed second-floor addition to the existing garage at the property. The property is currently developed with a main dwelling and a detached garage, as shown on the plans that we provided with the package. The garage foundation will remain as is, and the proposed second-floor addition will essentially go right on top of it. You can see in the rear westerly side, as shown on the plan, there is a 6-foot overhang where the second-floor addition will overhang the existing garage foundation. That section will be supported by posts. There's also a second-floor deck that would be supported by posts as well. The proposed addition is for 2 bedrooms. The interior of the existing dwelling is going to be remodeled to remove 1 bedroom, which is why we're not proposing a new septic system here. The existing leaching facility is sized for 5 bedrooms, so it is adequately sized for what we're proposing here. As you'll note, we are adding 1 septic tank. That is to meet the Title V requirement for a multi-belt dwelling property. So it's just adding the second compartment there. The existing garage, as you can see, is within the front property line setback, which is 30 feet in this zoning district. The garage is 23.5 feet from that front property line setback. The proposed addition will not get any closer, however, it will also be within the 30-foot setback. We calculated based on the additional height of the building of 8 feet and a square footage of roughly 53.5 square feet that is within the 30-foot setback zone, an additional building volume of approximately 427 cubic feet, which is relatively small given the full size of the building. Let me see. We were before the Conservation Commission earlier this year. We had submitted a notice of intent, which was approved by the commission, and you can see we are showing some plantings on there as well. And so I'd be happy to answer any questions that the board has about this project.
And Dan, we have no letters on this one, right? No. And do we have anyone on, other than this gentleman's colleagues? We don't have anyone on this. Okay. I can go to the board then. Mick?
Questions?
Andy?
I have no questions.
Trevor?
No, no questions.
Looks good to me.
I have a question. I'm curious about the third sink in what's a living area.
I'd have to take a look at the architectural plans.
You've got a sofa.
Looks like
and
they're going to have a
sink.
little kitchenette in
It's a
there.
kitchen.
Yeah, but that becomes a dwelling.
Not if it's not a stove. You can have as many sinks as you want in the house.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
You can have 100 sinks.
How about a microwave? Does that count?
Yep.
Have a
You
microwave.
can have a
You
microwave.
can have a hot
Okay.
plate.
Yep. You can
And
have,
have a stove.
you can have a toaster oven.
We're
You can have a
supposed to
stove.
be increasing living
Right.
units in this town, not decreasing.
How about an air fryer?
Well, it depends on what you're using.
Ask
Depends on what
him.
you're using it for.
Trevor, what about an air fryer?
No.
Would that be
That's,
construed as
Ask
a
Will.
stove?
My favorite.
It's a good question, right? Especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
I would say it falls within the confines
I don't
of
know.
a microwave.
yeah, it does.
There you go, all right?
I would
It's-
say, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably safer than a microwave.
It just points out to you the silliness
Depends
of
on what you're
the
cooking.
bylaw.
I think you can have just about anything except
Except the stuff, yeah, yeah.
a range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not happy about that, but okay.
It was a great question, by the way.
Yes, it
I
is.
did not know that either.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew about the stove, but not about the multiple sinks.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a second dwelling on a lot.
Yeah, it is a second dwelling on the lot. Yeah.
Tomato,
Which
tomato.
it can be,
There's a lot that goes on around here that we're not allowed, and we're good at that.
Which is why we meet on a Thursday, because you don't get a special permit on the weekend in Wellfleet.
you just do it.
No questions.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, yeah, me too. Okay, I need a motion to go to findings.
So moved.
Okay, I need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, Mick?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Good. All right, here we go. I'm headed to Jan for these. 2608, John and Valerie Kratzky, 105 Billingsgate Road, map 28, parcel 194. Special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaws S235-6.1E to build a second-floor addition to an existing one-story garage. This is an application for a special permit for a second-floor addition and deck, hereby referred to as the addition, to a non-conforming one-story detached garage on 64,033 square feet, conforming lot in the residential R1 zoning district. The lot is adjacent to Wellfleet Harbor and has a buildable upland of 41,325 square feet. In addition to the existing garage, there's a conforming dwelling on the lot, built in 1952 according to the assessor's office. The Wellfleet Zoning Board of Appeals, hereby referred to as the board, has made a site visit and examined all materials submitted by the applicant. A portion of the detached garage is 23.5 feet from the front property line, where 30 feet is required in the R1 zoning district. The garage foundation will remain the same, but the addition will overhang the existing garage footprint by 6 feet on the rear westerly side. The overhang will be held up by posts. The addition includes 2 bedrooms. The interior of the existing dwelling will be remodeled to remove 1 bedroom so that the existing Title V septic leaching facility can remain in use without modification. The project has been reviewed by the Conservation Commission and has received an order of conditions. The addition will increase lot coverage to 7.5% where 15% is allowed. There will be a volumetric increase of approximately 427 cubic feet of volume within the front setback. There will be no change in use. There will be no increase in use. There was no objection from abutters. There were no appearances or correspondence in support of or in opposition to the application. The addition will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing nonconforming structure. The board has found that pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B1, A, nearby land uses would not be damaged by the addition. B, no site uses will be displaced or preempted by this use. C, existing roads, drainage, and other public services are adequate. And D, the site is not more sensitive than other lots in the area to erosion, siltation, potential groundwater or surface water contamination, habitat disturbance, or loss of natural vegetation. 17, the board has found that pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B2, there will be no effect on the diversity of services or housing available. There will be no seasonal consequences. Regional markets and year-round activities will not be affected. D is not applicable, and E, the addition will not contribute to affordable housing for year-round residents. The board has found pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B3, no scenic views will not be affected. There will be no changes in parking. There is no traditional access to the shoreline from this property. After considering the district objectives for the R1 residential district as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-3.2 and the relevant criteria set forth in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B, the board finds that the addition will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing nonconforming structure because there will be no change or increase in use. The addition will not extend further into the front setback, and the applicant has demonstrated that the benefits of the renovation will outweigh any adverse effects on the town and the vicinity. I need a motion to accept the findings.
I shall move.
So moved.
Okay, second, and all in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And then I need a motion to grant the permit based on the findings.
So moved.
Motion to grant the permit based on the
I will
findings.
second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay,
Thank you for your time.
all right, you also need plans stamped, so. That's one. Those are the two. I need another one.
One of two.
Do I need anything but the site plan? Do we need elevation?
Well, all we have are these renderings.
All right, yeah, it's not.
You could stamp the second floor plan of the garage.
True.
Want to do that?
Ooh, why is this? Not even Need more, Trevor?
We need two, and we need one more. Stamp this. Okay.
Wrong one.
Got copies?
Wrong one.
Sorry.
There's yours, anyway. Wait, and there's, you need this, too.
Take that back.
Oh, yeah,
The bike's on.
That's the next one.
That's the next one.
and that. Now I need.
Take here.
Okay, so we got,
No,
this one's already been stamped.
no, it's the one we just did.
Yeah, I stamped it.
Do you need
Never
some?
mind that, before that.
I have extra plans.
We have one more. We
Okay.
need one more.
What do you need?
Bring us a
I
few,
have
one,
lots of
we need
plans.
one
What
more.
do you
We need the site plan and the,
More site
Site
plan.
plan, and we also want the
need? And then just give me back the one.
layout. There you go, this goes to you.
Which one do you want?
this isn't the right one either.
I want that.
No, this is Iron Road. Come on, you guys.
What do we do?
Sorry.
Wait a minute, let me try that again.
Here, wait a minute,
Billing.
just stay and we'll.
I'm not the only one. There we go.
That's usually my trick. I usually have no idea.
All right, there you go.
Here's the plan. One more. There you go,
Hold on.
Jim.
Did he leave the, he left without the plan, right? Or did he get a stamped copy already?
I do not know.
Now I think we have more than we want.
Yeah. Well, save him a trip.
Yeah. He doesn't need, he's got them.
Oh, he's got him.
He's got them.
He's got him.
He has the
He
stamp.
he has both, yeah. We had given him that one. He's fine. It's just,
Yeah, I thought we gave him both.
yeah, he has what he needs. It's just us.
The business
Okay.
Is that a state building reg, or is just
All right,
Did you
now.
get the volumetric in? I gave you the volumetric.
Because it's
Yeah, I
not
put it in there.
zoning.
I put it in there, yeah.
It's not, there's nothing in the
So
zoning.
I'm gonna put
It must be a
you,
building code or something.
Could be.
Yeah,
I don't know for sure.
Bill,
it's gotta be
I
sent.
just know that that's always
Trevor.
been the determination.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have a stove. You can have a mini fridge, you can have a full-size fridge, you can have a sink,
and me.
you can have a dishwasher, you can
Yeah.
have everything
Yeah.
but a stove.
You know, a house is not a house without a stove.
One wonders where that definition ever came
Well,
from.
that's what we were just talking about. I actually don't know where that is.
I have-
Building regs? I don't know.
Don't know where it's.
I don't know where it came from either, but that's
Perhaps-
the definition I've always heard.
Perhaps
yes.
Mr. Post would know where it's written.
Perhaps Mr. Post would. Perhaps we'll ask Mr. Post that question.
Madam Chair, I'm going to recuse myself from the next hearing. 'cause
Yes.
It's kind of close to my house.
Yes.
I'm not in a butter, but, so it's the last hearing of the evening, so I'm going to leave and go
Yes,
home.
yes.
You gonna vote for, you gonna vote in favor of the minutes?
Do we want to do the minutes before Jim goes?
I believe we'll have a quorum for the minutes.
You need for a quorum?
We'll see you next time.
We need,
Yes. I
we
will
don't need men.
See you all
So
again.
you can go home too if you want to.
I'm gonna mosey my back.
All right, yes. We're excusing,
It's time.
yeah, your back needs to
coming.
move.
Yeah,
You
it's great
hung
to
in
be
there a
here
long
tonight,
time.
guys.
Nice to see you, Mick.
Yeah, very nice to see you and you,
Good luck with the nerves.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
yes.
you
You
guys
hung in a
later.
very long time. You did very well.
Take care, Mick.
Will can't leave, where's he? Oh, there he is.
Will's not going anywhere.
Take care.
Bob, we're, all
Aye.
right, we're good. All right, 2609, 60 Hiawatha Road Realty Trust, 60 Hiawatha Road, map 28, parcel 177, special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw S 235-6.1E 1B to demolish the existing dwelling and build a new dwelling with increased volume. And I guess we should note that Jan recused herself on this one, and the board will be Andy, Will, Trevor, Al, and me. All right,
All we got.
so who is presenting this?
Somebody's there.
Leaf, please accept the panelist position.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Can everyone hear me now?
Yep.
Thank you very much. My name is Leif Hamquist. I am a local architect based out of Truro. I do believe also we have the owners online listening in or calling in. 60 Hiawatha Road, approximately a 35 by 35 single-story, two-bedroom residence, was built in 1960. Been in the same family ever since, so they've been enjoying the property and loving the property for the past 66 years. Now that their family has grown and everyone's getting a little older and they want to be able to continue the use and the enjoyment of the property for generations to come. The proposal is to demolish the existing house and replace it with a two-story, two-bedroom residence. If you guys looking at the site plan, we are riddled with all of the setbacks. We have conservation, which we got approval for back in September. We have not only the building setbacks. There's a couple different things. We have the hill, which dramatically makes building on this site difficult. But then we're hemmed in by not only flood zones, but the 35-foot front setback, the side yard setbacks, all the conservation. We're within the 100-foot and the 50-foot buffer zone for conservation. All these things sort of just equal out to, there's no way to spread this building out and try to get it out of setbacks. Really, we had no other way but to go up. So within the 30-foot setback in the rear, we're essentially doubling the volume, yes, but it's really just based on just adding a second floor. And I kept the calculations extremely simple in terms of, the existing being just 10 feet and the new proposed being 20 feet. So that's really what we are just asking for today. And obviously further restrictions on the new IA septic tank that we need to put that's indicated on the plans. We worked with conservation and we got this to the tightest footprint that we could have for where we are. And we really do believe that, in terms of there's no further or extended use of the property. We couldn't even add an extra bedroom and we tried. There's actually a higher degree of environmental sensitivity, because right now the existing house actually uses, the Orangeburg piping, which I will probably assume is almost completely gone when we finally, get to pulling that out. So I think we are no more detrimental than what is existing there on site today. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
I know we have one letter, but I believe gentleman may be here. Would you like to speak?
Yeah, Pete, communication with Leaf and.
I'm sorry, you have to
Can you
come
come
to
to
the
the mic?
microphone and identify yourself.
And sign in too.
Your
please.
name?
With Leaf and Ken, it's very amicable.
No,
I did.
You have to identify.
Sorry.
Your
what do you
name
want?
and address?
Sorry?
Your name and address?
Oh, okay. Pete's first name, last name's Pold. The address is 24 Way 84, Willie's Way.
Please sign in too.
At the back.
Yeah.
I'm right at the back.
Can you sign in also?
Yeah, just
Okay.
sign so that she can
Yeah.
do that for the minutes.
Okay. Sign in. Sorry, yeah, carry on?
Yeah.
Got Spanish English. shouldn't
Right.
it? Okay, so being in communication, I look directly on the back of it. I'm a butter. Yeah, I'm there 365 days a year. Okay, now in the communication that we've very pleasant communication we've had is, what I was told is that the aim of the property is for a combined family gathering, to provide for that space. And I've expressed my concern that about the size, that it's going up, the ridge is going up 8 feet, its volume is increasing well over 100, it's doubling in size, it's going up 8 feet, it's going big, it's like an inflating balloon. So it's gone from a very diminutive, classic, falling to bits, a very sensitive location, right on the front, public immediate to the rear, public immediately to the front. It's a high visibility location, let alone the fact that I look at it, on every, I was looking at it as I came in this afternoon. And in the discussion with Ken is, he's been really pleasant about it. He says it is going to be a visual, it's going to be, I don't want to quote him, it's going to be very noticeable. Okay. And I did actually put a photograph of my view with that letter, which is like, it's the classic, you can't even see it. It's the most invisible house you'd ever imagine. But to go from that to, we're trying to fill in this family venue, and it's not just me that's concerned about this. Margie, the other, who's an immediate neighbour, who's actually having hip surgery either now or is in preparation for it, and that's why she's not here. We're sort of trying to work out why is it so big, because I've looked at it and thought, well, media rooms, and seasonal porches. I mean, this is adding footage, but are they really sort of, is this really? It's a multi-family gathering point. I'm not really going for the two-bed side of it, and it's sort of, there's things you can do to make it less intrusive. It can be lower. You don't have to have cathedral ceilings. They're very nice, but there are maybe a nip and tuck. And I've sort of with Leaf and Ken made a series of how about this, and they haven't, it's like we're not doing it. That's fair enough. Okay. But this, in my my gut reaction is this is bigger than it needs to be, if you're talking about a two-family. Two-bed family. But why do you need 4 car park? Space for 4 cars. The story. I'm trying to work it out. What's going on? So it's over doubling in size. It's right in front of my viewpoint. It's right on the marsh. and we're just sort of checking, a little bit of pushback. I've got to be honest with you, a little bit of pushback. And there's many things about it that are actually really good, but it can be lower, So I sort of think with a bit of rethinking, it could just be less of a pain in the face, And that's a sort of, I'm also speaking for, for Margie as well. We had a large chat. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Do I need to say anything else?
Margie Lackner is actually online and has her hand raised. Would you like to acknowledge her?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, the thing, what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to help, but it can be less,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
intrusive.
I am here. I am in surgery tomorrow morning, very early.
Margie.
And I wish that I could have been there, and I also wish that I could have sent this letter that I drafted. So I'm going to read it.
Okay.
It's short, and I hope to the point. I've had also a respectful relationship with the previous owners of 60 Hiawatha Road and previously shared comments with the family about the plans. At that time, my focus was on architectural quality and functionality. My concerns now relate to the proposed intensity of use and its potential effect on water quality. These comments are not personal. They apply not only to this family's proposed use, but also to future owners of this property and similar properties shown elsewhere in Wellfleet. My comments are based on plans previously provided by the family and may not reflect subsequent revisions. My primary concern is the effect on well water quality if the actual occupancy of the house increases. Several neighbors have experienced serious water-related problems. During storm surges, some wells have been overtopped, while others have shown excessive salinity. Some homeowners have had to drill new wells, and others have installed filtration systems. At my own property, I use a whole house filtration system for iron and a reverse osmosis system for drinking water to reduce the salinity. Even with that, I still experience high salinity. I just got the results back today, actually, and my sodium is 592. In addition, I've been unable to get most well diggers to respond for more than a year. Capella was the only company to return my call, and they told me that they are no longer finding good water in this neighborhood. Although the design is described, and again, I apologize, I wasn't able to review the current plans. It's described as increasing the number of bedrooms or sleeping facilities from 2 to 3, which it may not now, and that original layout appears to be capable of supporting 3 or more additional sleeping spaces for a total of 6 or more. It also substantially increases entertainment space, both indoors and outdoors. For example, the media room could easily function as a bedroom. The entertainment area adjacent to the living room could also be used for sleeping. Because the plan includes 2 dining areas, the covered outdoor dining area could also be closed eventually for sleeping on a weekend, while the deck could serve as a primary outdoor dining space. The final paragraph, more broadly, this application suggests that the town may wish to consider developing a full build capacity analysis criteria that works kind of in tandem, if you will, with the septic regulations. Such criteria might take into account whether the town is planning to provide water and whether it's funded, whether a house is likely to function as a guest lodge or year-round residence now or in future, and the likely pace and impact of sea level rise. That's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay. All right. So I think that's it for, you never have anybody else with a hand up, right?
No, nobody else.
What?
Great. Could I respond just to some of the issues being brought up?
Sure.
Great. For Margie's issues, this lot cannot support more than 2 bedrooms. We've already been told by the health department we have a septic design that can only support 2 bedrooms. The building is designed, yes, there's additional rooms, but that's allowed by the building code and the health code. So for that, there's no way that this could have 6 bedrooms, and that's never been, I mean, yes, there was a point where probably the owners were discussing the project and we were trying to get a 3rd bedroom. It just didn't happen. So it just can never happen. So with this site, water quality issues, we are putting in the highest level of IA system on this site. So not only is the water quality to adjacent wells going to be better by doing this project, it is substantially better. Like I said, right now we have Orangeburg piped in the ground to a leach pit, which, if you know, is pretty much as bad as it gets in terms of nitrogen and everything like that. So I just, for hers, I mean, I think she's always been cordial. I know that there's been a tree down and that on her property, and that the owners are going to take care of that as soon as they can from the last blizzard. So again, we've all had an extremely cordial relationship with everybody, and we want that to continue. To Peter's comments. Roof configuration, I mean, cathedral ceilings and stuff don't, we're on a hill, so our building height is determined by the natural grade of the existing. And that way, we need a gable roof structure, because a shed roof, we would be extremely low if not being able to use a 2nd floor. And like I described to you guys earlier, in terms of how hemmed in we are by all of our restrictions from conservation, we couldn't spread out and do a single story, because we couldn't actually get the amount of building area that would actually suffice for a growing family. Also, to get the cars out of on there, I know I show 4 on there, but that all of that driveway and everything, that is all part of the developed area that conservation they wanted to see that. So we could have actually made it less of a driveway and tried to push for more building area, which we did not. We tried to keep this building area as tight as we could. And if you look at any of the floor plans and any of the dimensions, you can tell very quickly that this is a tight building. I've had not only the contractor, but the structural engineer and everybody that's worked on this say, this is pretty much, you guys sucked air out of here to be able to get this done on this site. So, we needed to use a gable roof to basically get to a higher building height. And we're still below the building height that is allowed by right, not within the setback, obviously, but for the rest of the building. Also, a lot of the extension into the setback on that west side is a screen porch, and that is, in terms of volume, it's filigree. There's a stair there. It's not a lot of mass, is what I'm basically getting at. So I think we could have moved this over farther west. There's a really big drop off right there. We didn't want to do that. We could have brought this over west more, and actually probably, I don't think we could ever get this out of the setbacks. Because if you notice on the site plans too, we need to be 37 feet away from the wetland area. So we can't even go from the front setback that's required by zoning. We have to use the front setback that's actually required by the conservation, because we can't go any further closer to the wetland than is already there. We could have probably pulled it out. Oh, one thing I never mentioned is that right now we are 9.7 feet from the rear setback. We even pulled it back 2 feet. Not that it's like the biggest move, but we were really trying to make this less non-conforming in some way. And we worked really hard. This was an easy building to design in terms of getting what the clients needed to get out of this to make it kind of worthwhile. So that's all I got to say with those.
I'm going to go to the board for questions. Trevor.
Can I add to this?
I don't think I really have any questions. I mean, they're improving the setback situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where are they going on coverage?
They're going a lot.
Going up, but they're still well under 15%.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
8%.
So they're still well under 15%.
Yeah, they're going,
They're well
they're
under
going to
the,
9% from 5%, but, but
close to nine,
it's in
8.8, yeah.
15%, yeah, 8.8.
they're well under the height limit, which
Right. Mhm.
we couldn't really grant them going over that anyway.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I think, yes, they're doubling the size of it, but it's really small
It's a
to
very
begin
small
with.
house to begin
And
with.
I don't think the doubled size of it is really big, I mean, if you only have $1 and somebody gives you another $1, you've doubled your money, but you still can't buy a cup of coffee. So
Yeah.
I don't see it as a big house, and I think they have
Can I interject on that?
done, what they can to
Can I talk?
to minimize it.
So we're not,
I don't have any other questions. I didn't even ask any questions. But I don't have any questions.
I have questions. Will?
No, I think it's a very good design, and it's a tough lot.
It is.
I mean, I almost broke my neck trying to get up and down the lot. So, but no, it's a tough lot, and I appreciate it. And I can see just by looking at the lot, realize what the engineering difficulties must have been for this.
Al?
I would say, sir, that although what is proposed is going to be noticeable to you looking down, it in no way blocks your view, because we were there and we saw your house. So I don't really, consider that much of an argument, and I have no other questions.
Andy?
No, I don't have any questions. I am sensitive to this gentleman's concerns because what's been there has been much smaller.
Right.
But these people are entitled to do what they're doing. They are well within all of the zoning bylaw rules. And, I'm in favor of it.
They have a right to improve their property.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, it will be horrible while it's being built, because they always are, but it will probably fade into the landscape as time goes on.
I don't
That's-
disagree with that.
Yeah.
I know, we're not here to debate, sir.
No, we're not.
We're here
No,
to
it's just-
speak. You've had your chance.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Move to finding.
You move to finding? Yep. Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I am indebted to Andy for these findings. This is a request for a special permit pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw S 235-6.1E1B to demolish the existing dwelling and build a new dwelling with increased volume. The lot is in the R1 district. The dwelling is lawfully pre-existing non-conforming structure, having been built in 1960 according to the assessor's office. The dwelling is entitled to treatment as a lawfully pre-existing non-conforming structure, having been in existence for at least 10 years as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.2B. The existing nonconformities regarding the structure are inadequate lot area, 15,506 square feet, where 30,000 is required, intrusion into the rear setback, 11.57 feet, where 30 feet is required. The board...
No.
No.
That's the proposed.
That's the proposed.
The existing's 9.7.
9.7.
9 point, in the rear setback, it's 9.7?
Correct.
That's right.
Right,
That's the
9.7,
present- That's the present set.
where 30 feet is required.
Yep.
The board has made a site visit and examined all materials submitted by the applicant. There will be no change in use, there will be no increase in use. There were 2 letters or appearances in opposition to the application. There were no letters in support of the application. The project has received approval from the Conservation Commission Board of Health. The project will result in an intrusion into the rear setback. There will be...
I would say it will result in a reduced
It's a reduced
intrusion
reduced.
into the rear setback of 11.7
Yeah, it's going
all right,
from 9 to 11.
in a reduction
Mhm.
of the intrusion into the rear setback
Mhm.
from 9.7 to 11.7.
Mhm.
7.
Okay. There will be a volumetric increase within the rear setback. The project will increase building coverage from 880 square feet 5.7% to 1,368 square feet, 8.8%, where 15% is allowed. The alteration will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing nonconforming structure. The board has found pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B1, nearby land uses would not be damaged by having the proposed use nearby. Uses of the site would not be preempted by this use. Roads, drainage, and other public services are adequate in relation to the location. The site is not more sensitive than similarly zoned sites to environmental damage from a proposal such as this, considering erosion, siltation, a potential groundwater or surface water contamination, habitat disturbance, or loss of valuable natural vegetation. The board has found
Can we
pursuant.
add on to that they've been approved by Conscom?
We already had that.
You have that, okay, sorry.
We already said that.
Okay,
It's
okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, received approval from the
Okay.
Conscom, yeah. The board has found that pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B2, the proposal does not contribute to the diversity of services or housing opportunities available locally. There are no seasonal consequences. Residential development will not contribute to housing affordable for year-round residents. The board has found that pursuant to Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B3, scenic views have been considerately treated. Reasonable efforts have been made to minimize visibility of parking and service areas from public roads, and traditional public access to the shoreline has been maintained. After considering the district objectives for the district as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-3.2 and the relevant criteria set forth in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 235-8.4B, the board finds that the proposed alteration will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing nonconforming structure because there is minor change to the nonconforming rear setback, and the applicant has just demonstrated that the benefits of the proposal will outweigh any adverse effects on the town and the vicinity. I have floodplain findings, but I don't think I need them because they didn't ask for a floodplain exemption. So I guess they don't need a floodplain exemption. Okay. Motion to approve the findings?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And motion to grant the permit based on the finding.
So moved. Second. Aye.
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 These are nice in that they're big packages.
I think we just leave the whole packet
I
together.
think so.
and stamp
I
the
think
whole
so. It's a nice big packet. We'll take three of
Thank
them.
you all. Have a great night.
Okay, thank you.
And you will have to come by, sir, and pick up one of your packets.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How many we need? Three?
We need three, and keep them all together.
Is that it?
Just stop them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go?
Yeah, you can. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in. And while we're doing that, I need a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved. So moved.
Second?
Second. Aye.
Aye.
Dreher.
Trevor?
Aye, aye.
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 Okay, good.
Move we adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay?
Aye.
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 Okay. All right, we can all go.
Recording stopped.